Do you want to see it?
I didn't record.
Knock it off.
I didn't record. I'm just trying to show you my favorite photo.
Look intense.
Oh yeah, I finished it. It felt great. Well, it felt great that it was finally over. It was tough. I really went on this journey for 3 reasons. 1, to see if I can even do this. 2, maybe my boss's boss's boss would watch one of these videos and be like, wow, this guy's creative. This guy's intense. We should throw more money and responsibility at him. And finally, for you, I hope in some weird way, my journey through this whole entire thing impacts you the same way Charlie's story did for me, to challenge yourself with something that you don't think you can do. Okay, so here's what went right and what went wrong during Ironman 70.3. 3 a.m., that's what time we had to wake up. Caught a bus to the lake, and that's when it hit me that there were professionals racing in this too. So I had to make sure I was gonna give it my all and stay out of their way. All right, so the first part was the swim. I swam okay. There were people everywhere. There was a ton of canoes too. The canoes were there in case of an emergency, but every time I would come up and look for a red buoy, I would see a red canoe sometimes. So I get a little confused, but I didn't get kicked in the face, so that's a win. Next up was the bike ride, the very long 57-mile bike ride. And this is really where my race inexperience showed. My race pace was all over the place. I was passing people, and then sometimes I was pacing behind slower riders just so I didn't get a draft zone penalty. I really didn't know what I was doing, and it was hot. I was drinking bottle after bottle, trying to replace the sweat. Around mile 45, I yelled out, "Only 10 more miles left and we're done." But this is far from done. I still had to run a half marathon. When I hopped off the bike, I had a headache, and I knew I needed to consume more fluids, but slowly, okay? So during the run, the first mile, it was okay, but then I started getting stomach cramps. And the run was not only physical, it was also mental too. Because when you got out there and you started seeing people walk, in your mind you started saying, hey, it's okay, you can slow down. We were all baking in the heat. But one of the cool parts from that race was the people cheering us on. I mean, you had on your bib, you had the race number, but you also had your first name. So as you're running, you had people yelling, "Steve, come on, you got this hill." No, I don't. It was really cool to see everyone out there, though, cheering. However, after the run, I was about 30 minutes slower than I anticipated. But seeing my family there at the finish line, it didn't matter. It was such a great feeling. And then hearing the announcer call out your name. I did it! My first Ironman 70.3, 6 hours, 32 minutes, so around 30 minutes over what I anticipated. But man, it was such a cool experience. So yeah, that's it. Until I sign up for the next one in October.